Hello everybody, welcome back to Tarot Parlor. Today we are going to dive right into a reading. This is a pre-drawn reading today. There is a message here for you, that's why you have found this video, so please stay tuned through the end. There is something that Spirit wants you to hear today. Okay, so let's get into these cards. We're going to be pulling some fresh cards too, but there's some that were pre-pulled at the beginning here, okay, that led me to come online and do this for you. Okay, so right now, these two cards are your balance. This is what you're balancing right now. So if you could imagine a scale, okay, adjust a scale, right? These are on each scale, on opposite sides. Right now, you are balancing, there we go. Right now, you're balancing between the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. With these cards, what you've got going on is you're in a bit of a deep thought, okay, about your life, about money, about how things are going to come in for you, what's going to happen. You're looking for, you've gone within to help clean up your act, so to speak, so you could have a new, fresh beginning and not make some of the same mistakes that you've made in your past with your job, with your income, with your prosperity and abundance. Even though you've had a lot of success, there are some things that you felt guilty about in doing that, and you have gone within trying to look for the truth to guide you on how to do this, sort of thing, making a living without it being a burden on you spiritually. Okay, that's really important to you right now. You want to clean up your act, so you've gone in and done that. And with the Knight of Pentacles, what we have here is you looking for that new income. You see how it's money and it's coming in. You're looking for that new income that would be more righteous than what it was before. Okay, you've not had that righteous income in a while. You kind of, maybe it's the people that have been around that have been closest to helping you in your financial endeavors. But whatever it is, you've pulled out the truth light at this point, and you're looking to clean that up because you want your income to be more righteous. That is a big desire of yours right now. Okay, so the cards I've pulled on that are some personal information that's going to help you in this endeavor, okay, that you're trying to embark on or trying to achieve this balance, this feather of justice, this feather of truth in your income. Okay, so you can be proud of yourself so the money can shine brighter, right? That sort of thing, so it could be more righteous. Okay, so I kind of feel like you've had the information before. There are people who've come in and told you, hey, guess what? You've had the flower bearer that's come in and said, look at this. What you're doing for a living is hurting you. And it's hurting, okay, those that are supporting you, that are part of this income, that are part of this enterprise, so to speak. It's hurting everybody's. There's thorns with it. And you've been given this message. Someone has let you know that there are better ways to do things than this. This has got to be wearing on you. People have been like, how can you live doing this? It's got to be really difficult. I mean, look at the arms and it's got to be difficult to hold those roses. Okay? It's got to be extremely difficult. And you've got somebody right now, this card came out, it's the ballast. But if you look at it, the word ballast, you think you're going to, that's this bar right here on a ship. For those of you that are not into, shipping terms and so on. I'm not the best at it, but here we go. The ballast is supposed to be the thing that helps keep your ship balanced. It helps keep it, it picks up the wind of the sails and keeps you going. Let me read about it really quick. It's the grounding, stabilizing, and necessary weight that keeps an individual steady amidst life's emotional and spiritual storms. Okay, so if you could picture this ship put together and up on the water and sailing, then you would see it with sails attached to this pole right here at the top. And it would help guide your ship and take you anywhere you want to go, and it would help make it light on the water. So your inner strengths, your core convictions are broken, and you know it. And they're broken because the way that you've had to make a living. And I feel that this was passed down to you. The person I'm speaking to you, this was either passed down to you by a boss, street boss, a mentor, or a parent, or another relative. Somebody passed this way of life down to you. And yeah, so that's where we're at on that. Your core convictions, okay? You gave those up a long time ago in order to, you felt once you had the boat, you'd be able to carry it out of this path, this kind of living. You'd be able to take away the thorns, and you'd be able to do it differently, steer the boat differently. But you were given a boat that was broken. And not only was this boat broken, look at that. It's weighted down by empty weight. Literally sabotaged, okay, with these rocks. And these rocks can be somebody's gossip against you, okay? They don't want you to get too far in business. They handed you this business, but they want to make sure you can only take it around the block. And that's as far as you're going to go. So they've weighted it down with gossip on the street, okay, or amongst your enterprise. Or this could be family that just sit on your boat waiting for the next big sale that you bring in. The next harvest that you bring in, right? And look what it does to you. And they're just sitting there waiting for you to turn it into something for them. And it's just keeping your boat down. Even if you repaired this ballast, at this point, the boat can't go anywhere anyway because you've got all of this. And you would have to do a lot of alchemy to transmute that and change each one of them at this point. And that is kind of your goal. You could do a lifetime of work to do that if you want to. You could either clear it out or try to change every one of those rocks to being something that's going to support that boat. Turn them into mermaids, whatever you need to do so that they're loyal and they're going to help support your boat. And then you can heal your ballast and actually get somewhere. But right now, they think your blood is so valuable, they just let you bleed, making a living for them, and they just wait on it. They wait on on the work that you do. The work and the results that you produce so far, even though they don't care how that might affect your core convictions. And right there, that should make you question everyone. That's why they're in here like rocks, you see? Can you see their core convictions? Their core convictions are like rocks. They don't have that conviction that you have, that you've been deadening yourself to support all of them. So just let me tell you right now, this really does say to you, I know this sounds like, I'm recognizing that you're a horrible person. Look what you do for a living. But I'm not. I'm actually saying, look what you do for a living. This is not the best way, but look what you do. And you are actually living a divine love for people, okay? And a spiritual truth to be able to protect these people and try to do the best that you can. You're willing to bleed for all of them. You see? And you're willing to make others bleed for all of them. But honestly, you've got too much blood going on for a whole bunch of rocks that don't have a core conviction and don't have any blood in them. That is something you need to realize right now. And you can't transform that. Each one of them has to actually transform themselves into that. But right now they're stone. They have no blood in them. No core conviction and no blood. And it's going to prevent you. Okay, and maybe that's why your boss put you with this. Is because your boss wants to make you ice freaking cold. Your boss, or whoever handed this down to you, was like, look, you're going to do one of two things. You're going to turn this into a big healing thing, a revival, or you're going to turn cold as ice yourself. And look at you. You're about to be cold as ice. Like those rocks. It is time for some kind of excision. An excision is removing something surgically. Surgically removing something that's foreign. And it looks like, even if these people are your family, it's time for an excision because they're foreign bodies to you. Okay? Now, something has to be done. Whatever is causing them to stay this way needs to be excised. It's got to go. If you're going to keep them, you have to remove what's permitting them to be this way. Whatever it is that's foreign, that's permitting them to behave this way, you've got to get rid of it. Whatever keeps bringing this back, because I feel like you've tried to change it before, and I think what's happened is that this foreign object that you need to remove, okay, the thing that is opposing you, that you need to excise, is going back over your work and making them stone cold all over again. So it looks like all you're doing is feeding them your blood, your sweat, your tears, and everyone else's that's helping you. These beautiful roses. Yeah, and it makes you look bad. Because look at the quality of your roses because of them. So this excision needs to happen. You're going to have to discover who this is that is turning them all back into stone, that's removing their core conscience, keeping them cold, and you need to excise that. If you can, you're going to have to stop bleeding for them and get the strength to do that. You may need to have a religious experience yourself and go for the free fall, where you let go and let God be the one. Do you see that? That's maybe what's happened. Maybe you hid them on your ship, right? Because you didn't want God taking them and giving them the justice that they deserved. So you wanted them all on your ship so you could protect them. But no one's protecting you and your investments. So it's time for you to let go and let God. It's time for the free fall. If you can't, and then come back and excise this, okay? If God hasn't taken care of it completely, you may have to come back and still remove something. But if you let go and let God, then you have to let go of all of this to God at this point. It's time. Okay, also, you've got an absence in your life right now. This could have been when you actually received this job. Okay, when you got this absence, somebody left your life. And it has been something that you miss that chair being full. That chair is empty, and you miss that chair being full because this person helped you with this. So it kept your flowers alive and kept the thorns off of them, and it did the part for you that you can't do. that can't be done. They did the impossible, literally. You know, they were a gift from God to do that for you. But it can't be done. You can't do it. And it's something that you're going to have to let go and let God at this point. You might be a bit of a perfectionist, thinking that, okay, I can still do this. I can paint. See the paint on the rose at this point? See the halo? And acting like a surgeon instead of excising who you need to. Where's that card? Okay, instead of excising who you need to, I've dropped the card. You've literally decided to take on that lab coat and just try to make things look like they're okay. You're telling your support, your beautiful flowers, that they're okay. I'm just going to put some paint on you. It'll be okay. And guess what? It doesn't work when you do this. And this person's gone. You're going to have to let go and let God remove these stones, these coreless people. Okay? You have to at this point. You've got an old ghost that comes to visit you. And this is a separate person. Do you see this person sitting in this shadow, sitting in a chair? And this ghost is trying to comfort you, but also is somewhat jealous of you still having life. This ghost may be somebody that actually taught these people when they were alive. Okay? This person, when they were alive, may have built this core habit in these people, this core personality that makes them cold as ice and rely on you for every drop of blood. Okay? But this is someone you love very much and you miss them as well. So you've got two people that you're missing. You see that? Somebody that really helped you and somebody that was actually kind of jealous of you. Loved you, but, you know, at some point just had a little bit of jealousy for your calling. Let's put it that way. Jealous of your calling. It's something that they could never achieve for some reason. Here's your torch, okay? Your torch is there. You've got it, and you know what to do with it. You're not going to let it go, and it's not going out. It hasn't been going out. You've just been struggling with how to do this better than what you're doing it, because you know it's pretty sickening to do it this way. You know it's completely sickening to do it this way, because your torch for all these coreless souls while you bleed and life suffers is not something that you really wanted to do forever. You wanted to change how it was done. So you may have to go back and seek truth on when you lit your first torch, okay? And balance it out with the outcome that you wanted. And think about this. Would you light a torch for someone? Would you light a torch for someone that was just doing this? Helping a ship full of rocks and hiding them from God and justice and everything else, you know, just so... what they have done is they have actually turned your scepter. I just have to jump over here. They've turned your scepter into thorns. Literally. This rule that you have inherited, okay? And where's that other card? Look at this. You reach the peaks, okay? Here's the card straight up, but the message came out like this. So you reach the peaks, and instead of celebrating your achievements and savoring the triumph of your ascent, okay, which they did, but, and you've climbed very high and earned the view that you've got right now. You've earned it. It's not just been given to you. You had to climb somewhat to get to where you are, as high as you are. And instead of appreciating that, they just feel more secure in being able to stay there and feed on your blood supply. There's only one thing that can cleanse this, or two. Where's the other one? I dropped the excision card, didn't I? So yeah, hold on. Let me get that card. This is what you got to do. But you need this free fall with God, of letting go and letting God, because you need to be cleansed from some of this. You need some cleansing from this. And some of the healing that needs to happen, you cannot do. Only God can do it. You've been wanting everybody's life source and everybody's work and healing to save these people that have grown so cold they don't have core integrity. And God is not going to be happy with you for doing that. God's happy with you for loving them. But you're going to have to let go and let God change them. And you're going to need to restore your ballast. Okay? And recognize when your ship isn't going anywhere because you're too weighted down. And keep the integrity and your core beliefs there once you get this healing going on. Once you get your torch relit by God. Okay, let's pull some other tarot cards. And see what has to be said here. Okay, Spirit, tell me. Is this message the right message for the person watching this video right now that knows that they're looking for a better living that can match or bring back their core integrity? It's absolutely the truth. This is the Hierophant. It's 100% the truth. This is a message from God. What else do we need to know? Six of Cups. This is all about nostalgia, okay? All those beautiful memories coming back. You know, all those wonderful memories and fulfillment from childhood, the things that you wanted to happen, actually now being able to happen. If you let go and let God, this is going to be your result. Okay, I hope this message helped. Be blessed.